theme music didn't work. Theme Right then, juddering start to the show. Welcome along. You are with Rob Allen, not in the Moose, actually, in Eric's Klein. He's going to say hello, Eric. Eric, say hello to the masses who are joining. Why is that going? I don't know. That was a video that I'm trying to keep as a secret, and it didn't. It isn't a secret anymore.
Not a secret anymore.
Jeez, I'm gonna get rid of that. It's a YouTube thing. I am joined by Dave. Something. There's gremlins in the system, David.
A ghost in the machine.
As long as we can hear you, and you from Cedar Edge.
Can you hear me now?
That's an impressive. I have got you, yeah. And
okay.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody who is with us. It is. It's good to see you. Wonders of technical, of science. David's in Cedar Edge. I'm guessing you're in the guitar shop because you've got a rack of guitars behind you.
I'm in the back of the shop where we store things, and I do guitar work, and where I do this kind of thing too. So
you've got a little recording session, and that's part of what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what kept you alive, really, your music anyway, alive during lockdown, and the new release which came out of that. The shop, of course, which is it back to full capacity again now, David?
Yeah, we were just shut down for a few weeks in the spring of 2020, and then came back pretty much full bore. And we had a good year. I mean, people bought guitars and played them, so that's a good thing. Yeah, so
that is a good,
no complaints about that.
Yeah, and you've been writing some songs, I would hope.
Actually, as we speak, I've got about 4 in progress, and I'm going back to Nashville early next week to jump into the studio and get them recorded before they go out of my head. So
glad to see you in Nashville and the Touchstones launch. Let's talk about that as well. It looked like it went off very well. But let's go back to the start of the old Touchstones project and play the first song that you released, and you released one a month for a whole wide year.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
this, that it's from the point of view of Touchstones in your career, it's a great name anyway. But I was listening to a lot of them today, and they are kind of like touchstones of how we all got through COVID together as well, with those
Well, the
releases coming out every month.
one of the ways I described it was sort of musical comfort food during that time because I'd always wanted to record some cover songs, and I just picked some that made me feel good and that were fun to play. So
Yeah.
that's how we came up with them.
Well, I think that actually transferred to the audience very well as well. So let's
Good.
play the first one. Uh,
Okay.
and any comments are welcome in the chat. And any questions for David, I can flash them over to David on the screen in front of you as well. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. Lovely.
Said to fight to make ends meet, keeps a man upon his feet, holding down his job, trying to show he can't be bought. Who takes every people to make one about it? It takes every kind of people. The world go round. Someone's looking for a lead, and it's duty to a king or to a creed.
I'm just going to go live again.
Each and every man's the same inside. Takes
We seem to have some connection.
every kind of people
Fix that. Let's see.
to make what life's about. Yeah, it takes every kind of people to make the world go round. You know that love's the only goal that could bring a peace to any soul. He never remains the same. He wants the sunshine in his name. Who takes every kind of people to make what life's about? Yeah, it takes every kind of people to make the world go round. Who takes every kind of people to make what life's about? Yeah, it takes every kind of people.
David, apologies. I'm having some and apologies to the viewers as well. We're having some issues with the internet. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. Well, the stream is pretty steady, but the video seems to be juddering around a bit. Apologies for that. Anybody that is with us, it's nice to have you along. It would be nice if you let us know where you're listening from as well. There is a chat frame in most windows, and I can actually have a look to see where people are listening to. But I'll do that in a minute. David, that's a beautiful rendition, and you know I'm a fan of your the way that you interpret a song. Is that a skill that you've always had, or have you tried to develop that over the years?
I think it's if I have that skill at all, it's from just playing those songs all these years. Growing up,
Yeah,
I didn't I didn't write my own music when I was growing up. I played cover songs, so the idea was you either had to make them your own or try to copy them verbatim, and we never really wanted to do that. So
yeah,
the idea was just to make it your own to the extent you could. And, um, that particular song, I remember we played that when Robert Palmer had a hit with it,
yeah.
and I was I didn't know
Were
until
you
years
right?
later that Andy Fraser wrote that. So
I didn't know that either. Well, there you
yeah,
are. Did you? Were you writing songs when you were doing the playing covers in bands, even
yeah,
back
but
then?
not good songs. You'll never hear them.
See, that's a
They,
that's a question I was going to ask later. It might have been my barnstorming question. How difficult will it be to start writing songs again now that you've done a covers album of all the songs that you really love? Has that lifted
it
the bar for you as a songwriter?
it 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 made me lazy, I think, because while we were working on all that, I thought, well, I don't have to really do anything right now. I didn't. A lot of I heard this from a lot of songwriters. They didn't feel they didn't feel particularly moved to write during the early days of this pandemic because we
Yeah,
there was so much uncertainty and so much ambivalence about what was going to happen. So now that we're kind of you can kind of see a path forward, or at least
yeah.
we know the lay of the land better. I'm writing more. Other people I know are writing, and so yeah, that's why I wanted to get back in the studio, not to put this other one to the side so much as just to get some forward momentum on a new project that maybe be out next year sometime. And Rob has frozen.
I'm going to try again.
There you are.
Yeah, sorry, David, we lost you there for a little bit, but the stream is back. I'm having to swap different streams. One seems to be a bit dodgy, so I'm back on another internet stream. So
Okay.
again, people staying with us. Nice of them to be here anyway. But thanks for being in the stream. The chat frame will appear at the side there, or I can actually pop it up at the bottom like that as a comment. So I'll get rid of that if I possibly can. Get back to David. Thanks again, David. So,
Yep.
uh, yes, so not a great rush to get the next album out then. That's not a priority at this point. I mean, I know
No, and
you've only just released one.
I don't I don't know why I rush so much anyway, except that,
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like there's limited time to get this stuff done. So I'm just I have a few new songs. I'm gonna pull out a couple of old ones from 25 years ago that I've recorded, but I don't like the way I recorded them. It was a long time ago, and I want to take another run at them.
Uh, but it hasn't stopped you traveling around. You've started getting some shows together and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the launch in Nashville. How did that all go?
Well, it was good. It was good. I used more or less the same people that played on it on the sessions, the ones that were available for the show, and uh, f- drove down. a couple of days early, and we rehearsed, and it was it was so much fun just to play in it. Normally when I'm playing, you've seen me play when I come to the UK. It's
Yeah,
just me for the most part. This was with a full band, full production. Just the energy is so much better and so much different. So that was a lot of fun, and gave away a lot of CDs to people that came as kind of as a hey, just glad to have you here kind of a thing.
yeah, well, excellent. And the folks that were playing on the album, we should just say that some people might not know about the Touchstones project itself. It was a release every month,
Right.
but as a nice consequence, and this came as a surprise, I kind of had a feeling it might be that way, but as a nice consequence, the DJs and the media really picked up on it as a as an ongoing project, and most anybody that plays the David Starr music on the radio shows just kept playing it as they were waiting for the releases to arrive. It seems like it's a good format for releasing music. Maybe you might use that in the future. I'm wondering.
Well, the idea was that we wouldn't have a CD at all. We would just,
Yeah,
and that it would be a real cost-effective thing. We would just put them online, and it would be easy enough. But then we did a video for each one of them, which I think was
yeah,
good. And then when we finally got around to doing a CD, we ended up having to license all the songs from these artists that wrote them
yeah,
2 or 3 times because of the way we did it. So it turned out to be quite an undertaking, but I had a lot of help, and yeah, it was really gratifying. Some of the covers I can play in my solo show when I'm by myself. Other ones don't lend themselves to playing alone. But
yeah,
you know, it's it's been a lot of fun.
yeah. And it worked from a point of view of keeping your name and your profile in the frame when
Yeah.
other people's just dropped away waiting for the next album to come. So I suppose that
Well,
was
and
part of
and
the thought. Eh?
a- and what happened, and you'll remember this, the last album, Beauty and Ruin, which
Yeah,
done. I'm not done with that project, but
that was my
the
other thought. Yeah,
the whole the whole world sort of came to a screeching halt the
yeah,
month that came out in 2020. So rather than rather than try to fight that battle,
yeah,
we did the Touchstones thing, and then we'll circle back around when things are a little more open. And certainly
yeah,
when I come to the UK, I'll be playing the Beauty and Ruin songs.
yeah. Well, you didn't have a chance to play them out. Never mind.
Not really,
Tour them. So,
right?
yeah, that would be an interesting way of getting back into it again as well. So I'm going to play another video. Again, a well-known song. We'll try it. If it breaks up in that, we'll come back to you. And it'd be nice to just focus on some of the future dates that are coming when we come back.
Okay.
David Starr and Cedar Edge. Thanks for joining us, guys. Again, you can ask David any questions and comments in the chat frame, and I can relate those to David. Here's a bit of Bob Dylan.
You may be an ambassador to England or France. You might like to gamble, you might like to dance. You may be the heavyweight champion of the world. You may be a socialite with a long string of pearls, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, indeed, you're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. You might be a rock and roll addict prancing on a stage. You might have drugs at your command, women in a cage. Maybe a bit been some high degree thief. They may call you doctor, hell, they may call you chief, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. You may be a state trooper, you might be a Turk, you may be the head of some big TV network, you may be rich or poor, you may be blind or lame, you may be living in another country, under another name, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, you are. You're gonna have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Construction worker working on a home. You may be living in a mansion, you might be living in a dome. You might own some guns, might even own a tank. You may be somebody's landlord, you might even own a bank, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yeah, serve somebody. Yeah, you're gonna have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Serve somebody. You might be a preacher with your spiritual pride. Maybe a city councilman taking bribes on the side. Maybe working in a barber shop. You may know how to cut hair. You may be somebody's mistress, maybe somebody's heir, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Yes, indeed. Gonna have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil, it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Well, you might like to wear cotton, you might like to wear silk, you might like to drink whiskey, you might like to drink milk, you might like to eat caviar, you might like to eat bread. You may be sleeping on the floor or sleeping in a king-size bed, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Hey, you're gonna have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil, it may be the Lord, but you have to serve somebody.
It's a bit better, but it's still juddery a bit. It's one of the other feeds that seems to get a bit overloaded. But I'm with Dave Starr, and I was saying a little bit about Bob Dylan as interpreted by Dave.
There you go.
And there's a right good song though, eh?
Yeah, I just that one came out about the time we had the election over here. Some of these were sort of strategically timed in an odd way.
Yeah.
So,
which was and we got to celebrate the life of John Prine with on his sad departure day as well, which it's just, as I say, they just, every time I play these videos, and the videos are beautiful as well, they're all very well put together, it will take me back to that time. It will take me back to what was happening at that time. So, tell us about the album itself. It is now available on CD.
It is. It's available on CD. People can order it. Well, let's see. Where can they order it? I don't have it on my website yet, but that's what we were working on today.
I
And
saw a photo of it on the website.
yeah, there's some. There are two things that work to make my website work, and one of them is down today. It has to do with Amazon Web Services is having some
Right.
kind of an outage. So anyway, at davidstarmusic.com, in the next day or two, we'll have that all straightened out. People can also go to starrsguitars.com, and there's a section that sells CDs and stuff. It's available there. So
Yeah.
now, as far as selling them in the UK, we haven't figured that out yet, have we, Rob?
We can do that.
Or have we?
Your
need to
people
figure-
should talk to your people should talk to my people, and we'll see how.
Well, yes, I think we're doing it right now. So
That's what's
we'll get that sorted soon enough.
that
but,
will be sorted in plenty of time before you arrive
Yeah.
here. We should try and get it sorted for Christmas as well, of course.
Yep. I'm coming.
So,
I'm coming over. I'm coming over about the second week of May,
Yeah.
and got dates in England and Scotland and Wales and all up and down the island.
excellent. Well, I just got an offer of a gig in Forest.
Ah,
I hope you heard that. So
where?
there's
Aye, this my venue in Forest is it's called the Eagle Sessions.
Okay.
That's
And,
it.
we do sort of singer songwriters nights there as well, so you'd be welcome to pop along and see what goes.
All right. Very good.
And
We'll pick a date.
you need to send me the dates and any ones that we'll link them all together. We need to get something in the Market Bar. You seem to enjoy the Market Bar in Inverness, David.
That was a wild ride. I think I want to do it again just to see if I can do it again.
Yeah.
Um,
It must be the masochistic streak. No, it was a bonny gig, and I remember.
It was fun.
Yeah, I remember we had friends from Texas in that night as well.
Yeah.
As well. So it was a bit of a celebration, all in all.
Yes, it was.
And we need to get your gig in Aaron as well, eh?
I think I've got that one sorted out, but I'll let you know.
All right,
Maybe.
splendid.
So, yeah.
Okay, so we'll get working on that. We've
Yep.
got the information on. I do know that website. There is information as to how to download all the tracks, and they're listed individually.
Yeah, and they're all on Apple Music and Spotify and all those usual places.
As
So.
many places as possible. Yeah. So what's next? I noticed that the Grimesa Arts Centre has started to kick up again as
Yep.
well. You've done a show there already.
Yeah, we've done some things there. I don't have myself booked there, but that's something I'm actually working on right now as well. So we've got people have been really good to support the arts during this whole thing. When we had some downtime,
Yeah.
people came forward and said, "How can I help just to help you keep things going?" And we're in very good shape as an institution there. Cindy, my wife, is still president of the board, and she's done a great job. So very, very proud of her. We've got a great group of people working in that organization, and lots of good things to come. So,
And that all came about as a genesis from Apple Fest that you've been involved in. From
it's this
about 10
year was
years,
my 20th year to be involved in that. So
20. Goodness
yeah,
me.
maybe that's enough. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, Eric was distracting me there. Stop it.
He's
Eric.
helping you.
No, he's distracting me.
Oh, okay.
Stop it. So yes, we're gonna. We'll look forward to seeing you. I can't wait to get back over there and hopefully at Apple Fest time. If anybody, it's definitely a bucket list one. If anybody's traveling east to west or wants to travel east to west, they need to get up on top of that mesa and have a look at that view. Anyway,
Yep.
take
Yep.
a bottle of oxygen with you, of course.
Yeah, it's It tops out at about 11,000 feet, so it's up there.
Yeah, so and it's an all day drive up the way and an all day drive back down the way
It
as well.
it
The
can
most
be, yes, but
fantastic
we
scene.
look forward to having you back over here. People still ask if you're coming back, so
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait. We'll see. We'll
good.
see you in the spring, and we'll talk about that as well. The other thing to talk about is big celebration. You've got an official showcase at Folk Alliance this year as well.
Yeah, I've been going to Folk Alliance for a number of years and have applied for an official showcase, as do many people, and I know they've got a lot of decisions to make about that. But I was really pleased that my team worked with me this year to help get me a showcase, and looking forward to that. It's at a nice time of day. It's like 5:30 in the afternoon when people are kind of winding up their day and maybe settling in to have a cold one, So
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
forward
Well,
to it.
I haven't given up totally in being there myself this year.
Okay. Oh,
Uh,
before I
yeah.
forget, I think my mandolin player friend Eric Stuckey's going to come with me on my trip to the UK. So
Oh, wonderful.
yeah,
Well,
so
we
it'll be
got.
a duo.
I can vouch for that show completely. We got to see you in the Bugle Boy in Texas,
Yeah.
with, and that was yeah, and you two like play with like osmosis anyway. You've played so long
We
and
I just love
together.
playing with him. He plays that guy plays down on Lower Broadway in Nashville 8 hours a day, most days
Yeah,
of the week. He's got two
yeah,
different gigs. He's gotten his skills just keep going up and up and up. And so
yeah.
I really like playing with him, and he's got a brand new album out. So I hope to bring
So
him with me if everything works out, and fingers crossed that we can even get there at all.
well, it's yeah. Who knows? But
I know.
we managed to get Charlie Roth in and out with 12 of his fans recently, and there are some shows starting to show up as well. So it's
Well,
looking favourable.
and bringing a group of friends, we got to talk about that too, because that's on the.
That's Yeah, we've
I
got
haven't
three
given
of
up on
those.
that.
No, we've got three of those happening next year as well
Great.
with Chuck Bronski, which I'm particularly looking
Good.
forward to. So yeah, yeah.
We got a lot to do, Rob. We're busy next year. We got a lot to
Well,
do.
we need to get working, don't we? Thanks
I
for
know.
joining us here. I know you're a
All
busy
right.
man anyway,
Hey, well,
and
thanks
thanks.
for having me, and
Not at
we
all.
will stay. We will stay in touch.
Yeah, and one or two comments. Let's pull this one, Steve Howard.
Oh,
Uh,
I see his comment there. I was going to answer that. Can I just
yeah,
go ahead and answer that? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, here's what I found. Yes, playing covers does sort of. Uh, here's what I noticed when I first started playing my solo shows, where I was playing almost all original songs. If I looked out and I noticed people were drifting off a little bit, I'd throw a John Prine or a John Hyatt or something like that in there,
Yeah,
and and people would go, I like this guy because he's one of us. He does the John
yeah,
Prine thing or whatever. And
yeah,
the point is that is people want the familiar, and if they'll open up to that, then maybe they'll be a little more receptive to my stuff. And I think that's worked out pretty well. And I grew up interpreting these songs, so there's nothing wrong with doing them. I had a great time, still do.
yeah. Well, I look forward to hearing a few of those played live as well. And thanks to Stephen, and everybody who came. And Stephen are going to get together. Actually, he on iMTV. He for many years wrote for Eddie Money and one
Ah,
or two other top artists as well around America, particularly the Radiators down in New Orleans. He's
uh-huh.
based in New Orleans. He's based in
Oh, cool.
St. Louis now, but has fingers in the pie in Memphis and Nashville as well.
Right.
So what happened was he just tuned into one of these. This is the power of the internet or radio. You never quite know who is watching and viewing. He tuned into one of these, had me on Facebook and Messenger, and phoned me up afterwards to say, "Oh, I enjoyed that." And the two of us just sat and talked for about 2 hours about connections and music and all the
Yeah.
other cool stuff that happens. And I said we should do this live so other people can relate their stuff as well. So we're going to try that. Uh,
Good. Good.
we're going
Well,
to try that before the week's out.
I will
So
track him
thank you.
down on. I will connect with him on Facebook, and I appreciate him listening today. And
He's
that
a
that
he's a he's a big Coosty fan as well. Matt Morrow, who's uh,
ah
friends of ours.
cool.
Uh, they,
Cool.
they were when Coosty had released their album. Then Stephen was trying to get them over to do some dates over there. So we still have fingers crossed and all of that as well.
Well, I
Okay,
can't wait
love
to
to
see everybody.
Cindy. I don't know if Cindy's watching, but yeah, love goes out to the pair of you. Thank you very much for joining
Thanks.
us.
We'll talk
I'm
soon.
gonna Yeah, we'll play a video and see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll close down the stream. But again, thanks for joining us, guys.
Okay.
Well, I've been out walking. I don't do that much talking these days. These days. Well, these days I seem to think a lot about the things I forgot to do for you. And all the times I had the chance to. So hard to risk another these days. These days. Now if I seem to be afraid to live the life I have made in song, well, it's just that I've been losing for so long. Keep on moving on. Things are bound to be improving in these days. One of these days. Days I sit on cornerstone, count the time, quarter tones to 10. My friend, don't confront me with my failure. I had not forgotten them. I had not forgotten them.
Yes, indeed. Another beautiful song, beautifully interpreted by David Starr. Seeing that it's Christmas and everything, I don't think we should uh, finish off without playing David's Christmas song, which is Medicine Show Records' Yuletide Song of the Day, our Advent song. We've been putting one up from our now six albums collection of Christmas songs from kindly donated by our family fold of artists. David Starrs is doing Christmas right, and if I do this right, I should be able to go and find it for you and play it in a screen share, which is right there. Yes, looks like I found it. Is it? Yeah. Okay, so this is David, and thanks again for tuning in. You can download this. All the songs are free by donation, and any donations are gratefully received. And it is kind of cool when I finish one of these and I've noticed that the song has been downloaded. So tell me what you think of this. David Starr doing Christmas right.
Driving down the street on Christmas Eve in my hometown, I was feeling down. She was the last one in the world I thought I'd see. It had been so long, and I'd been so strong. They say Christmas is for miracles, and all of a sudden there she was, standing in the snow beneath the light. Seems that for so long I've had this holiday all wrong. This year I'll be doing Christmas right. Well, it seems a man looks back this time of year and learns to forgive, live and let live. Letting go is the key to moving on. For all lang syne, here's to better times. They say Christmas is for miracles, and all of a sudden there she was, standing in the snow beneath the light. Seems that for so long I've had this holiday all wrong. This year I'll be doing Christmas right. Don't recall just what went wrong so long ago. You can't look back, hey, we just got off track. All I want for Christmas is what's right in front of me, the gift of love sent from above. Well, they say Christmas is for miracles, and all of a sudden there she was, standing in the snow beneath the light. Seemed for so long I've had this holiday all wrong. This year I'll be doing Christmas right. Well, it seems that for so long I've had this holiday all wrong. This year I'll be doing Christmas right.
You going to be doing Christmas right, Eric? Probably will. Don't get too overexcited about it. Taken from the album, Christmas times are coming, and it's imminent, folks. I can tell by the fact that there's all manner of Christmas lights and everything up and down the high street. Eh?
Yeah, the town's one of the best looking ones. Right?
It is actually.
Forest and Grandin are the two probably the best.
Is that right? Is it worth having a look up?
Oh yeah, that's a stunner. Oh, High Street, it's East Street, High Street.
All right. Okay, let's talk to Eric. Eric, I'm going to talk to you
What?
about the Eagle sessions.
Eagle sessions.
Tell us what's happening.
probably been doing Eagle sessions now 5 years.
Yeah.
And usually just once a month, sometimes a couple of times a month. So it's mostly live music that we do from local bands and sometimes bands that are touring.
Yeah.
Eagle's a good wee venue, holds about maybe 90 people. Nice PA system in it, good light show, nice wee venue. Gradually beginning to build a name for itself. And in there also in Eagle, once a month is electronic music
You
night,
got a
which
dance
is
night as well.
run by my friend Duncan McBean, and he brings in DJs from all over Scotland like that. So in the Eagle, it's a good place. It's a great place to meet. You meet real people.
Aye. It's all about live music. Well, it's all about music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and good venue, as I say, usually once, twice a month. So look up, and we have a page on Facebook as well, the Eagle Sessions page. You can see what's going on in there.
Okay.
And Rob, he also promotes it on his sites as well.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye out. And
what's the next show?
The next show is December the 18th.
Yeah.
With a band from Inverness called Ramanan, a Ritual.
Who sound as if it's going to be world fusion
Sort of stuff like that, right? And we also have got a couple of local musicians coming in. There's going to be Theo Rogers and my friend Moreno Mackie from Wossie.
Yeah.
They're putting a wee sort of duo thing together just now, so they're going to be about half an hour. So, and Ramanan Ritual as well. So check it out, come up, guys, and enjoy the fun.
Fabulous. Well, Eric also is involved with the medicine show through the Portinshead stage, and they come and put BA up and everything, and we feature some of the acts from the Eagle session on the Portinshead stage at Belladrum. We have news of Belladrum and the Portinshead stage coming before too long, probably in the new year now, because nothing is going to happen between now and Christmas, and then New Year before it all kicks in again. So that having been said, iMTV will continue to highlight people that are doing their utmost to get live music back on the agenda again as we crawl into the rubble of COVID. In that regard, we are talking to Paul Templeman tomorrow here on iMTV. Paul Templeman is instigator of many a festival as well as open mic sessions and live music sessions across the borders these days. Although I met him first of all in Butte when he had a music shop in Butte. Same kind of thing as David, fine guitarist who started a music shop and got into supporting live music in his locality. He has a band called Durango Blue, who should be at Belladrum this year, I hope, anyway. So they're starting to pick up a little bit, and he runs a promotion company as well as Americana Central Scotland, which is a vibrant music page to help everybody with their live music events. He'll post them up and keep everybody posted from there. So we'll be talking to Paul tomorrow. Fine slide guitar player, so we'll get a tune from Paul, I would think. And then Lisa Redford is going to join us on Friday. So it's all go on the Medicine Show. Again, thank you guys for joining us. And thanks to David